It's the Roar Live.
With hosts, the outsider, Scotty Williams, Mr. Tell It Like It Is, Corey Tiez, with special guests, fans across the nation.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Roar Live right here on My Michigan TV, YouTube, Facebook, and beyond. We've got a lot to talk about. A lot. I'm talking Lions, Michigan State. We're going to take a look around the league in the NFL, and of course, we have to talk about the two lucky winners that will be going to the World Series a little later on. The Toronto Blue Jays and the Los Angeles Dodgers, my National League team. Jock Stratman will be in shortly for his report on the Lions. And, of course, we will have Corey Tiez's Roar. That's right.
Corey's Roar. Or Rant. Rant or Roar.
Rant Roar.
First of all, shout out to the Red Wings, too. Stevie Y, the captain.
Yeah.
Let's throw that out there real quick. I mean, they're doing better. They're doing good. They're playing some good hockey. So
Well, it's about time.
everybody wanted to run Stevie Y out of town. No. Nope. I'm a Stevie Y guy. El
Well, no,
Capitan.
it's about time that they're playing better.
Yeah. Hockey town.
I'm hoping the EVJ's calling in tonight because he's a big hockey guy.
Is he, too? He's okay.
Yeah.
He's all around.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, look forward to that.
Well, listen, a big game last night at Ford Field. It was the Lions 24-9 over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they did a good job. I thought rattling Baker Mayfield early, and Baker just never really seemed to get adjusted into that game, and a lot of guys came up. That I'll be honest with you, I've never heard of on that defensive side of the ball. And of course, Mike Evans, collarbone, that was he almost had that catch too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel bad for him.
Baker Mayfield, 28 of 50. And our buddy Tony always says if you got to throw the ball that much, you're probably not going to win the ball game. And Baker did that. A touchdown and an interception.
Yeah.
And your guy Goff, your new favorite quarterback.
He looked shaky too.
He did.
They both.
And he threw an interception.
He always does.
Yeah.
In a big Monday night or
Of course.
whenever it counts. And he's going to do it again. And Baker just turned into Baker again.
And to me, I'll be honest with you. To me, Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm gonna throw this out there, and people might kill me for this, or at least you might have a lot of disparaging comments. I'm gonna say when it's all said and done, when his career is all said and done, I think Jahmyr Gibbs will be
Don't do it.
a better all-around
Don't do it.
player than Barry Sanders.
Don't do it. I'm not even going to get
And I love Barry. Don't get me wrong. An all-around player, I just think he'll be a more of a better all-around player than Barry Sanders, from what I've seen over the last couple of years, if he can keep it up.
No. I'm not doing that. That's what's wrong with everything now.
Why? I mean, why do you think that?
That's what's wrong with everything now. The kid's a talent, arguably the best back in football. I said that last year. Henry's taking it down. He's taking a dive.
Right.
Saquon's averaging three a pop. So now it's once he gets back going, the kid is dynamic, no question about it. The kid is dynamic, no question about it. But it's a different time too. And the kid in Atlanta, Bijan, they're special. Gibbs is special. They're special. He had a big long. The big long chunk was the one, but that's a big thing, man. Like people forget, Barry Sanders wasn't like that. His style was down in college. He wasn't like that until he got to the NFL with the Lions because they had no line. So he had to improvise. But, and I don't think they dominated. Like they just, Tampa, it's going to be in my rant later, but Baker Mayfield just went back to Baker. Mm. I don't like short quarterbacks.
You never have.
No, he can't see. Mm-mm. Baker is streaky. He's always streaky. Both our quarterbacks are the same. Right. Both streaky. He's just a streaky guy. He got hot. The MVP stuff is over. You couldn't even beat a depleted defensive backfield. I think the Lions' backfield is depleted anyway, even with their starters.
Well, I think those reserves stepped up.
Yeah, they stepped up. The defense won the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the defense won the game for sure. Kudos to the kid that's coaching. Was it Shepard? What's his name?
Yeah, Calvin Shepard.
Yeah, okay, I get it. But they won the game. He had him ready to go. Bowles didn't. He didn't have his team ready. Bowles is not a good head coach to me. He's a good defensive guy. He's not a good head coach. Baker went back to Baker. I keep telling everybody. So the Lions did what they had to do. And they're at home. So that's a good win for them.
Yeah. I think we could possibly see these two back in the playoffs against each other.
Probably. Tampa's got to get healthy. They got to get healthy.
Yeah, that is true.
Does Godwin ever play anymore? Is he retired? He's always hurt. Godwin.
Oh, Godwin, I think, is out. Yeah.
Yeah. So they got to get their line back and stuff like that. But yeah, Lions did what they were supposed to do. Win at home. Nothing special.
Okay.
They beat a mediocre team. They still haven't beat a good team. And did Hutch get a sack last night?
Let me check.
No.
You already know the answer to that.
$50 million.
The $50 million question.
Just checking. Just checking. I don't want to hear about pressures either.
Oh, well,
I want sacks. Because I got a quiet coffee bet.
Pressures were good.
Yeah, God. I got a quiet coffee bet that he doesn't get 12 sacks.
Well, I'll tell you something.
Got 5,
the big man Tyrus Wheat came up with a sack and a half, and Jack Campbell got in there.
God.
And Derek Barnes got in there. Everybody's just
Monday Night
getting
Football.
in.
All right.
Well, listen, the next thing on the agenda before we get Jack Stratman in here is Michigan football. And, of course, 24-7 over the Washington Huskies in Ann Arbor. What are your thoughts?
They're on pace for what we said.
Yeah.
We said Oklahoma. We said probably USC. Ohio State is a loss. I think this time it should be. They don't play.
Well, you never know. They were saying loss for Michigan.
Yeah, they
against
did.
Them
they
the
did.
last 3 years.
They did, but they did. But this Ohio State team is way better than the team last year. But they're on pace to do what they've done, to do what they're going to do for the year that we predicted. I said Oklahoma, USC will be tough on the road. Then Ohio State. So I said 3. And the Big Ten, the thing about the Big Ten, they're winning, like the national championship, Michigan, Ohio State. They still don't have the talent that the SEC, their conference is not better than, their conference is not better. Big Ten is not a very good conference at all, to me. So Michigan is on pace to do. They're gonna probably mop up Michigan State. And Michigan State is going to have to show some fight.
Because they just got annihilated by Indiana, who's showing some fight. I'm telling you, it's almost like they're a sneaky team.
They're a sneaky team. They've arrived this year. I wouldn't have given him that extension. We don't know him. Indiana, he doesn't have any pedigree. Indiana's a basketball school. This is why you don't give him the money, to me. Because Indiana will always be a basketball. It's always Bobby Knight. Kids aren't going to want to go play football for Indiana. So he better be good at it. At the end of the day, so Penn State got rid of Franklin, but Franklin won. He just didn't win the big one. Is Indiana going to do that? Indiana football going to continue to do that? No. To me, it's not. That's not in the cards. That's a basketball school. You let him go a little bit more, a year here, a year there. Then you see what happens. Is he going to get those recruits from those other schools? I don't think so. So we'll see how that goes. But Michigan State, They need this win. They need this win. They need to hate. They need to come out hating Michigan. Hate them. Remember, we talked about this before. Ohio State and Michigan is a football rivalry. This is a people rivalry. State and Michigan is a people. It's the kids. These people hate each other. Okay. So they need to come out and show some hatred, some fight, some guts. Stop the rivalry. Stop making it not the rivalry. No, they need this to be the right. They need to be tough, put forth the effort, cut down on the mistakes, and play hard. Give Michigan a fight. You know, they slap you, slap them back. That's what they need. And he's going to need it. Smith, he's going to need this. So.
Well, listen, I think we're all on pace of how we think Michigan and Michigan State are doing. No rah-rahs on either side there.
No.
Did you even watch that game?
Michigan?
Yeah.
Off and on, in and out. No. Not the entire game, no. Not Washington. Big Ten is Oregon, Michigan, Ohio State.
I think the Michigan State game is going to be on Peacock.
Probably. I think it's at 7:30 on Saturday.
Is that surprising to you, Peacock?
Not now. Not anymore. That's the way it is.
That's a big game.
That's the way the ball bounces.
It's FS1.
It's on FS1? Okay.
Or does that say FS1? I can't read.
Yeah, FS1. Yep.
I don't have my glasses.
FS1.
FBS. No, that's not FBS1. I want to say it's Peacock that they said it was going to be on. FBS1?
7:30.
Maybe.
7:30. Well,
that'll be a game you're going to want to watch.
You got to watch it. Like I said, you got to watch it.
Because anything can happen in them rivalry
That's
games.
what I'm saying. So, yeah, just like the Michigan State was terrible the one year. But who was the last coach? What's his name? He always had him prepared.
D'Antonio?
D'Antonio.
Or no, and then your guy Mel Tucker.
Well, Mel Tucker had him. Not my guy, but Mel Tucker had him fighting. Mm-hmm. D'Antonio had him fighting, even though when Michigan State was bad. That's what I'm saying. They're bad now. You got to go in there and fight.
Don't you think Michigan's got too much talent for them, though?
They do, but Michigan doesn't. They're not just running away with talent.
Right.
They don't have, they can be got on any, they can be got. But they got to come up with a game plan.
We're gonna have to get the inside scoops. Our buddy Charlie Kraft, who has come in and sat in with us a couple of times, he's going to that game.
Is he?
And that's an annual game for him.
It's at State, right?
It's at State, and a buddy of his graduated from there, so they make it a yearly trip to East Lansing.
Well, tell Charlie to talk to some folks and make them serious again. Michigan State's not. Nobody takes them serious. You don't want to fall into this program where nobody takes you serious. And
maybe they need Franklin.
No, they need Urban Meyer. Like, you guys kid me about that.
It's not happening, bro.
I understand it.
I know. But they need to.
You got to get, you know what I'm saying? And forget Urban Meyer. Go get Saban again. It's got to be to that level of, they took a chance. They took a splash. That's what the Tigers don't do.
Yeah.
You gotta put Michigan State back on the map. It can't just be Izzo. Izzo's been coaching there for 40 years. He's never going to win another championship. You got to start rebuilding this thing. Get a new stadium. You got the money. Don't be second fiddle. You're always going to be second fiddle, but don't be second fiddle. Show people you're making aggressive moves and you want to be able to compete and get to the college playoffs. They're not doing nothing right now. You got to get a different coach probably. He's going to need this game and probably one more game to keep him afloat at MSU.
Just after 2 years?
Just after 2 years. It's a win now. It's a hot and ready business.
All right.
It's hot and ready business. Speaking of that, I had a hot and ready the other day. It was terrible.
Yeah, I'm not too happy with the hot and ready.
Yeah, it was like the cheese was completely white. You have to get. Yeah. It wasn't. I'm like, what is this?
It's hit and miss.
Yeah.
Some of them are good. Some of them are not.
I had to air fry it.
You had to air fry it after you bought it?
I had to air fry it after I bought it.
Really? What about those $20 hot and readies down at the park?
Those are good. Because those are fresh. You can't even eat those. You got to wait till like the seventh inning to start eating them. They're so hot. Those are the real hot and readies. But yeah.
Speaking of that, you know what I wish they would bring back? The pita sandwiches, the pita subs. Remember the pita subs they used to
At
have?
Hot and Ready? I mean, at Little Caesars?
Little Caesars, yeah. The twofers.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, those were so good.
They still got the wings. They actually got surprisingly good wings.
They do?
Yep. And I hear people are, liking those little crumbles. I don't know how we got into Little Caesars, but
Oh, the little like muffiny things, like they almost look like a souffle.
Yep.
Yeah, those are good. I've had them. Yeah, those are good. Anyways, well, listen, Jock Stratman was out after the game outside Ford Field, and Jock had a very enlightening report for us. Take it away, Jock.
Telling it to you straight, it's the Jock Stratman Report.
Hello, everybody. This is the Roar Live Lions vs. Buccaneers Stratman's Monday Victory Special with your dead-ridden, diesel-smelling correspondent, Jock Stratman. What went down? Well, the Lions slammed the Bucs 24-9 at Ford Field. Yes, the scoreboard didn't misprint. Detroit 24, Tampa Bay 9. Running back Jahmyr Gibbs went off for 136 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns, plus many receiving yards, a total of 218 offensive yards to boot. Quarterback Jared Goff tossed for around 241 yards and 1 touchdown. Sure, he threw an interception because Detroit can't help itself from sprinkling in one moment of what if. The Bucs, oh, they were off their game. Their offense looked like it forgot the playbook at home, and their star receiver Mike Evans suffered a broken collarbone, which doesn't help. Dumpster fire moments, because it's still Detroit. Let's start with the obvious. The Lions can't win too cleanly. A couple of boneheaded penalties reminded everyone that discipline is still optional at Ford Field. Jared Goff's 1 interception? Pure vintage Lions. Just a taste of chaos to keep the anxiety alive. Special teams had their usual hold my beer moment because apparently fair catches and field position are more of a suggestion than a rule. And somewhere in the third quarter, the defense briefly decided tackling was a vibe, not an obligation, letting Baker Mayfield think he was in a Disney comeback movie. And the strap-down verdict, Greyhound Glory Edition, is in. Well, would you look at that? The Lions actually played like a professional football team and not a group project gone wrong. They ran the ball down Tampa's throat, threw when they wanted, and the defense hit harder than the Greyhound suspension springs on a Michigan pothole. Jahmyr Gibbs looked like he was running from student loans, Goff kept it mostly clean, and Dan Campbell looked like one kneecap away from punching a cloud out of joy. So here's the verdict. For once, the Honolulu Blue didn't make their fans reach for the Pepto. This was a real grown-up win. No voodoo, no excuses, just football that actually made sense. If they keep playing like this, they might just force the rest of the league to admit Detroit's not a punchline anymore. Until next week, I'm Jock Stratman, still smelling like diesel and victory fumes, signing off before the Greyhound starts honking. Stratman out. Jock Stratman right here on the Roar Live. Always entertaining.
why don't Stratman get his own, like, John Madden stuff? Why does he keep going Greyhound? He's got money.
Well, that's all I think they can afford.
Who's he work for, the NFL?
I think he works for Dave Scott.
Oh, okay. All right.
That's all
Shout out
Dave,
to Dave.
that's all Dave can do.
Shout out to Dave.
I mean, hey, he's got him going to every game. You just got to
That's
ride
true.
the Greyhound.
That's true.
He doesn't seem to mind it.
Well, he's got to buy this week, so he'll be good.
You know, we're on a limited budget here.
Yep.
We only can do what we can do.
Yeah.
We make the best of it. But listen, I forgot to say, guess who we have? We have Safer Trap tonight
Safer Trap.
with Sean Stewart from 586 Sports and his Survivor Pool. Is that Sean? We can actually see him. Great. Looking good, Sean.
It's better than the last one.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Looking good, buddy. And what was your biggest upset that you think last week in the NFL?
It wasn't too many upsets. The only one I can think of right now is Cincinnati beating Pittsburgh. It wasn't too many upsets.
Right.
Well, was that an upset?
It was kind of like a cakewalk.
With Flacco. Flacco's turning out to be the guy there. Give him some weapons, and he's going to make him in contention.
He threw the ball to Chase 70 times.
Hey,
That's what you got to do to win. Keep going to Chase.
ride the stallion.
All right, Chase is. Yeah.
How's the safe and trap looking for you so far?
Well, I'm glad I picked Chicago. Now I don't have to deal with them anymore on one of my survivor pools. Thank goodness, because Chicago can be inconsistent in certain games. So at least they're not like the Atlanta Falcons. Thank goodness. But I also picked New England because I figured, New England could beat the Tennessee Titans. I'm like, that could be a cakewalk. And then I think I heard this upcoming week it's going to be supposed to be raining when they play against the Cleveland Browns. So that's like, yikes.
Well, let's delve into the safer trap. Why don't we? Well, I'll tell you what, Sean. You probably have it in front of you. Where do you want to go with? Where do you want to go with it first?
Let's do the NFC.
Okay. Let's do the NFC.
Let's do it.
Gonna have to get a drum beat in here or something.
All right.
Maybe some Jeopardy music. I don't know.
That'd be great.
Maybe some NFL Films music.
Oh, Sam Spence.
Sam Spence. There we go.
NFC.
Well, we know the Lions are on a bye, so I can't pick them.
Right.
Speaking of that, how did you feel? Sean, what was your takes on the Lions game while Corey's trying to figure out who he was going to pick this week?
I felt like the Lions, that was an easy win for them. I'm like, the Buccaneers was all banged up.
Right. True. Well, that's what the Lions do. They beat bad, banged up defensive teams.
And I tried to tell somebody, a Lions fan didn't believe me. I'm like, both teams were banged up. And plus, your secondary was like dead last in the league.
Right. Dead last. So the Lions did what they needed to do to win the game. They still haven't done it. It's the same thing.
But isn't that what you have to do?
Right. Didn't we do this song and dance last year, 15-2? We did this already. It's going to be the same outcome. Exit in the playoffs. We already did this. You got Philly coming. You got Kansas. I mean, you got Philly coming. You got the Rams coming. You got Dallas coming. Dallas is one player away on defense. Dallas is scared. Listen, I'm not saying Dallas is going to win the Super Bowl because I know I'm not a Lions fan and I don't get crazy like that.
Right.
And I don't think Dallas beat anybody. They beat Washington with nobody there. So that's the difference. That's the difference. They were supposed to win that game. That was nothing. Dak just went nuts again.
And Jaden Daniels got injured in the third quarter.
Yeah, Jaden Daniels. So
that's
not. But people, Lions beat. Oh, they're rolling. They look great. No.
Right. No, it was a bad refereeing.
Terrible.
So what do you got, Cole?
I got
for the NFC.
I got NFC. I'm going to go with, I like these games here. I'm going to go, wow.
Is that tough of a pick? Who are you picking, Sean? Do you have one right off the bat?
Yes, I do. I have Atlanta beating Miami.
Oh, that's very safe. Two bums. One is a less
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's the AFC. We're going AFC or NFC?
Well,
NFC.
AFC. The Falcons are playing the NFC.
Oh, the Falcons. Yeah. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and the Falcons, that's a home game for them.
What are we, week 9?
No,
we
we're in
week
week 8.
9.
Week 8? I'm sorry? The college is
Week
nine.
8.
Oh, it's week 8.
Yeah, we're close. We're getting close. The football season's going by fast.
Right.
I'm going to go Buffalo and Carolina. Buffalo needs that. Hey, Buffalo, Carolina, that's safe. Buffalo's got to, they got to come out and put somebody away. Just put them away. Take Carolina out of their misery like they're really a good team. They're not.
Right. They barely beat the Jets.
Yeah, shouldn't have lost. Dallas just, Rico Dowdle just come back, went crazy. But yeah,
I'm going to say Philly over New York Giants.
that's safe.
That's a safe bet.
That's gonna happen.
And Brandon Graham, according to some reports, is coming out of
Jay
retirement.
Glazer.
Yep. Jay Glazer said he's coming out of retirement. I don't know how much of a big difference that's going to make, but hey.
Oh yeah, that is a home game because last time they played it was at New Jersey.
Yep. So where do you want to go next? AFC? Let's do AFC.
Let's do AFC.
Who do you got?
All
Sean?
right. I'm going to take this as a risk. I'm going to pick Cincinnati over the Jets.
No, that's good. I'm going Minnesota over Chargers.
Let me see this.
Minnesota over Chargers. Cincinnati over the Jets is good. The Jets are terrible. They stink. Along with Miami. Along with New Orleans.
And that defense is trash.
Total.
Guess what I'm going to go? Guess where I'm going to go?
What's that?
I'm going to go Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers over the Green Bay Packers in Week 8.
Well, you want to go that
Oh,
because
Sunday night.
that affects the Lions.
Sunday night.
You're going to go that, but I think Rodgers can beat them, but I don't think they will.
You think the Packers are going to beat the Steelers?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Packers got a good defense. They just have, you know, as long as Micah keeps showing out, he showed out. If Jacobs was hurt, and he still had a pretty decent game, and the one receiver comes back, and Love is going to be, yeah.
I'm still not.
Green
I'm
Bay's a good
still
team.
not impressed with Love. I'm sorry. I'm just not.
He okay.
I don't think he's going to be.
He's
that,
wishy-washy.
I don't think he's going to be that all pro.
Not like an Aaron
Quarterback. I
Rodgers
just don't.
type.
No, not at all. I just think he's overhyped. And I know when we had Gilbert Brown on last year in preseason, he was all over Jordan Love like he was the second coming.
That's because he shows flashes. That's why. But I get it, and that's a part of what we're going to talk about later. But go ahead.
So where are we going to next, Sean?
Let's do the SEC.
FCC.
SEC right here.
SEC. Okay. What do you got?
SEC. Ooh, let me pick. I'm going to go with Texas A&M over LSU.
I'm going Auburn over Arkansas.
Auburn over Arkansas.
Yeah.
Well, I am going to go Ole Miss over Oklahoma.
That's going to be a good game.
And I'm going to stick with it. Book that, Dano.
I'm so glad Oklahoma. I'm so glad Ole Miss lost last week.
They
I'm so glad
did.
they lost. Lane Kiffin's coach 50,000 play. Everybody thinks he's just so great of a coach. He's okay.
He's
but
not.
He's not.
I think he has what it takes to get over to beat Oklahoma.
Is the quarterback hurt for Oklahoma?
I think he is.
Yeah. So yeah, that should be. Yeah, they should beat him. Yeah, they should beat Oklahoma. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Where are we going to next?
Let's go with the Mountain West.
Mountain West.
I can't believe I had UNLV incorrect.
Mountain West. I am going to go. I'm going to toss a coin. I'm going to say
Okay.
San Jose State over Fresno State.
Mountain West. Those games.
Does anybody watch those games?
Sometimes.
No.
Sometimes.
Sean, you don't watch any Mountain West games?
I hardly ever even watch unless it's like Boise State or UNLV or Hawaii.
Well, Boise at Nevada. Boise over Nevada. Boise over Nevada. Boise over Nevada.
What do you got, Shawnee?
I got, oh my God, Fresno State over San Diego State.
Okay. The pickings are getting slim as we
It
boil
is.
down to the last few weeks. Where do you want to go to next?
Let's do the
more
Big 12.
conferences. Big 12. Big 12. Big 12. Week 9. Big 12. I'm going to say. I picked
Big 12. What do you got?
I think I'm going to go Texas Tech over Oklahoma State.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah.
That's easy.
They lost last week. Let's go with. Let's go with Iowa State over BYU.
Interesting. Interesting.
Oh, yeah. Because that was a close game. That was a close game.
Let's go with Iowa State over BYU. Yep.
What do you have, Sean?
Let me go with, TCU over West Virginia.
Interesting. That's an interesting pick.
Okay.
I like it. Where are we going to next?
Let's do the ACC.
ACC.
There's my buddy's Pittsburgh. Let's see.
Well,
ACC.
This is going to be good, and this is a very safe. I'm going Virginia.
Oh, yeah.
Virginia over North Carolina.
oh, yeah. That's super safe.
Virginia.
That's super
North Carolina.
That's super safe.
Can we stop this madness, please?
About Bill Belichick being the...
Has Bill won any game? I'll be honest with you. I haven't
won
been
two.
He's won 2. Okay.
2 or 3, I think. But it's just a really bad show. It is.
I'm going to say Miami over Stanford.
I have that pick as well because who would ever thought that Miami would have lost to Louisville? I watched that game from beginning to end.
That's the good thing about college football, man. It's like you're getting upsets like every week.
Yep.
Hey.
Yep.
And,
You know-
and Memphis lost to UAB.
Big Ten.
Big Ten. What do we got, Sean?
I'm going UCLA over Indiana. Prove it. Keep proving it.
Really?
Yeah, keep proving it.
Oh my God.
Keep proving it. Give your coach $90 gazillion to have one decent season.
Now wait a minute.
Keep proving it. They play UCLA. Indiana does.
Well, this grid says they play them
9?
in week 8.
We're at 9, right?
We're week 9. We're week 9.
Yeah.
Oh, week 9 at Indiana.
Yeah. That is definitely game of the week.
Yep.
I'm
For
going to
Big
play
Ten.
it safe. I'm going to play it safe, and I'm going to say,
Michigan.
no, I picked Michigan last week. I think I'm going to go Penn State on the bye. Yeah, I like it. You can't go
They
wrong
can
on
win
that one.
Yeah, they can win that one.
Actually, I think I'm going to say Illinois over Washington.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Washington stinks.
Yeah.
They stink.
They
What do you got,
overhyped
Sean?
that team this. Let me go with Nebraska over Northwestern.
Nebraska over no. I like that.
Yeah, that's the.
What happened to the
That's the.
fake Patrick Mahomes?
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
He kind of fizzled
Nebraska
out
shouldn't
there a
even be in the
little
Big Ten anyway.
that's a drywall. Watching drywall game. That's a.
bit. It's like paint drying.
Yeah, that's like paint drying. Who cares? No.
Yeah, Nebraska
Ten
shouldn't even be in the Big Ten anyway.
Right. Right. Yeah.
They just went for the cash.
Yep.
Well,
That's what it's all about at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's why. That's why
Exactly.
the sport is taking a nosedive.
Just as long as the Big Ten doesn't get Notre Dame, I'll be glad.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
That will never happen.
You never know.
you never know. Okay, I mean,
Money.
The TV contract.
I'm sure they're not going to go to the SEC.
Money. Bring back Luke Holtz, the old days, independent. Yeah.
So, Shawnee, you got a show coming up. Tell us a little bit about it.
So it will be this Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time on 586 Sports. And not only that, I do NFL and NCAA Survivor Pool just like we did. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to have a guest this week. I'm actually going to have a guest this week.
Okay.
And who's that?
And it's a show. Oh, I forgot to put in my notes. but it'll pop in my head. But I do have a guest this week, and I have a guest next week.
Okay. So we'll just have to
We'll have to wait and see.
tune in and figure
I
out who the guest is.
I got it right. I'm looking at it right now. His name is Jason Anik. His name is Jason Anik.
Okay.
Is he a football addict?
No, yes, he is, and he also does a Survivor Pool show.
Okay. Well,
All right.
I think
Yep.
I think the Survivor Pool thing is pretty big.
Yeah. It is all
Yeah,
over.
it
People
is.
do it. People do it all over. Yeah.
Well, Shawnee, I appreciate you coming in. Where can we find you till next week?
Well, you can follow me on social media at 586 Sports with 2 S's. So if you have any questions about your NFL, college football, or any Survivor Pool or fantasy related, you can ask me as much as questions you can, because I love answering questions as well. So right now, I'm just getting excited watching the NBA on NBC in a couple of hours. I'm glad it's back on TV. Thank God.
I'm going to be honest with you, Cole. I think Sean is more of a sports head than you.
He is.
I really do.
He is. He is.
He's watching NBA.
Yeah.
On
during the week.
NBC. That's
the
my
regular
childhood.
During the regular season.
Yeah. Sean's you two are going to have to get together.
I will take
and watch it at since you guys are East Siders.
Well, yeah, I'll take a peek at Steph, but I don't really. I mean, I watched the Joker, Steph, but that's about it now. It's no fun now. It's like it's all just watered down. So
Yeah, but I'm more of a college basketball person, though.
that starts this week too, right?
That is like the exhibition game.
Actually, okay.
He's got all
Yeah.
he's got all the games in his
right,
head in
right,
times.
right.
That's what's so crazy about Sean. But Sean, thanks a lot for coming in, buddy. We'll see you next week. All right.
All right, take it easy.
All
man.
right, take care.
All right. Sean Stewart from 586 Sports right here on the Roar Live. And of course, we want to hear from you. The QR code is up on the screen. Just click that QR code and get in on the action, whether you want to be seen or heard. Even if you're on the YouTube channel, the mymichigantv.com YouTube channel.
Yep.
You can get in on the chat. You want to hear some questions, all of that other good stuff. And, well, let's see. We've covered the Lions. We've covered Michigan football. Jock was in.
Lions got the bye.
Lions got the bye. Let's do this. Let's do the World Series preview as my Los Angeles Dodgers have made it to the World Series against the Blue Jays. And let me just say, that Blue Jay series was very impressive because, Seattle came off of that 15-inning game against the Tigers and took the first two in Toronto. And then they tied it back up. And after that, I mean, that was a good series.
Very good series. And, this is going to be, flying across the world, all that. It's going to be an interesting series. I picked the Dodgers to win the World Series at the beginning of the year. I think we all knew that coming in.
Well, of course.
And here they are. It's going to be interesting because the Dodgers, Toronto can hit.
Yeah.
Toronto can hit. They have, see, it's star-laced. What have I been screaming all of my life on this show? Superstars win World Series. You got Springer, Guerrero, Ohtani.
I'll be honest with you.
You got to have stars, and that's what it's going to be an interesting series. I don't think the Dodgers will run away with it because I think they'll win it. If Toronto can get to their bullpen, the Dodgers' bullpen hasn't been wonderful. So if Toronto, I think this can go 6, if not 7.
Really? You think
Yeah.
they could go 7?
It could. Toronto's no slouch.
No, they're not. They played very well against the Mariners.
You got a power hitter hitting for contact.
Especially after you're going 2-0.
Yeah.
Or 0-2.
Everybody's
against the
got
Mariners.
decent pitching. Dodgers, of course. Here
Right.
come the start. What did Ohtani do?
Well,
So, it with our local team here, you have to go get superstars. to win in these leagues.
I agree.
And if you don't have them, you're going to be watching the World Series year in and year out.
And we're going to talk about that a little later
Yeah.
on too, because I had a question for you.
Yeah.
And we'll talk a little Tigers. But listen, the World Series starts out in Toronto for the first two games. How do you like this 2-3-2 thing?
I like it. I think that's the way it used to be.
Really? Because I could have swore it used to be 2-2-1-1-1.
No, they changed it back to 2-2-1-1-1.
I wonder why they switch it.
I like the
every year.
2-3-2.
Do you ever wonder why they switch it?
I'm sure it probably has something to do with money.
Oh, I'm sure. You see that? No, I really felt for the Mariners because I really feel the Mariners really played some good baseball this year, and you hate to see
They
Cal
surprised
Raleigh
me
out
getting there.
hitting over 60 home runs, but I'll tell you,
Yeah.
when you look at it, I guess the better team did win with Toronto, and they got hot late. Because I know we were talking earlier on in the baseball season. Toronto, we weren't even talking Toronto,
Yeah, you know what they did?
and they're doing it without Bo Bichette.
Yeah, they were always in front. The Yankees started, but they were always in front. But they were quietly in front. The Yankees made a surge. Yankees, it was always them and the Yankees. Which is the best team? Which is the best division in baseball? The East and then the West out there. And you got the representatives coming from both. So Toronto, they dip for a minute, but that's baseball.
Right.
We've seen it with the Tigers. So that's going to be, but that's they steadfast. They're buttoned up. The Dodgers are buttoned up. They both have good skippers. They play the game the right way. They pitch, they hit, they run, they play defense. Toronto plays defense. So it's going to be a great series. I'm looking forward to it.
And speaking of somebody that's out in California, we haven't talked to him in a couple of weeks because he's been very busy. He's a big shot out there in California.
Silicon Valley.
Is that what it is? Silicon Valley?
Techno, I don't know, whatever it is. Yeah.
I think Silicon Valley's up in the north.
It's rich, whatever it is. It's all California.
Yeah, Joey's rich.
Yeah.
He's a rich guy. Playing golf about 6-7 times a week, all that good stuff. On the phone, and I know he's been lighting up my phone throughout the weekend, wanting to talk about Detroit Lion football. And from Eastvale, California, it is our buddy with his blacked out jersey, and he's got the chain. And he's got a hat. He's got a new hat. I've never seen that one.
That's
before.
the one that they wear now, I think. Yeah. Those are So
Was those the ones you bought when you were here at Rally House?
No, it is not, Scotty.
Really? You actually went online and bought some more, huh?
So this is the Detroit Army hat that Dan Campbell wore during the off season, and I was like, man, I gotta get that hat. So it's not the hat that they're all wearing. All the different teams are wearing. It's similar to it, but
it's similar to it. Yeah. Okay.
This one has a really cool D on it. It's the same. It's the right colors, and it says D. It says D Army. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I like that, Joe. So listen, what is your take? How did you feel the Lions played this week? I mean, I know you've had your comments and how do you think they fared so far as we go into what is kind of coming up into week 9? Into the bye week.
They're on their week 8 bye this week, right?
Week 8 bye.
Yeah. So, I thought they played. The defense played great. Above and beyond what they probably should have, or at least what they were on paper, because they had 5 of 6 defensive backs not playing. They pulled people from the streets basically to go out on the field, and those guys played admirably. I've been a little bit disappointed with the Goff over the last couple of weeks. Missing passes, not being sharp. I don't think he's really been sharp.
you know. And I think last night you could say the same for Baker Mayfield. He missed a couple wide open passes that could have been touchdowns, and it was a little surprising as good as he's played all year. But that's always been his kind of knock too. You know,
Right.
he's had hot and cold, kind of nights. So I thought last night was a good game. It was fun to watch. It was tough. A lot of tough defense on both sides of the ball, and I think the Lions are ultimately. I think they're a better team than Tampa Bay, and I think they kind of proved it last night, especially defensively.
Interesting. Well, I kind of figured that. Listen, I just feel like this is a much-needed win after that brutal loss, in my opinion, to KC, which they just kind of fell apart last week, and they needed this one. I don't think you could have went and lost 2 weeks in a row. And I think I seen a stat on Monday Night Football that said they haven't lost 2 games in a row in quite a while. There's kind of a streak going on with that.
It's 51 games.
Yeah.
They haven't lost 2 in a row. Yeah.
So don't you think that
So-
stigmatism of the old Lions is gone? What do you think?
Well,
What do you guys think?
Come on, man. They're a much better team than they've been in the past years. The years that we grew up, they're a much better team. They're well coached. They have a great roster. Great players. It's nice to see a guy like Jahmyr Gibbs do things that we haven't seen since Barry Sanders, did a 78-yard run from scrimmage. How many times have we seen that?
It's true.
Since Barry, we have a good roster. We got a great, couple great receivers. It was interesting to not see Williams involved in the game at all.
Not
last night.
one target, and that isn't that shocking? We really haven't seen much of him at all this year,
I think
and they
he had
just
one-
gave him that
He
big.
had a target. I'm sorry, he had a target, but it was a bad throw. He wasn't really open, bad throw, and it was, but that was it. I didn't see him open all the game. It was kind of weird. Early in the game, we were just marching, and they were throwing the ball to St. Brown, and for some reason in the second quarter we went away from that. Even though he was the only guy that was still open, he was the guy that was blocking. He was the guy that was open, and there was that fourth down play in the second quarter. St. Brown was open on the other side of the field, but they were keying on Tesla, and it was the wrong guy to throw to. If they'd thrown it to St. Brown on the other side of the field, it would have been touchdown. So it's kind of interesting.
The defense won. Like you said, Goff shaky. But Goff isn't stupid. He plays within the game. He lets the defense dictate where he throws. That's who he is. He doesn't care. He's not gonna James, what's he called? Jameis Williams. Yeah, he'll probably brown it in Philadelphia. He'll get to that point, I'm sure. But Goff, he's not gonna do that. He's going to stay within the rhythm. What he sees is that's where he's going to go. If it means St. Brown 50 times, that's what he's going to do. If it means a check down to Gibbs, that's what he's going to do. He's not stupid. So he's going to make the play where the defense, whatever the defense shows, whatever it dictates, that's what he's going to do. That's how he plays. That's what it is. But he has not looked great, and I think he's been good. He's been solid, but I think the offensive line isn't the same as last year. So it's going to be problems moving forward. I think it's going to be problems moving forward with the offensive line. So, Gibbs, and then they were talking about getting Montgomery the ball more. No, I mean whatever is working, that's what you stick with. That's why I don't understand Philly. You're winning games. Go with what got you here. Go with what got you to the Super Bowl. So Goff is going to always do that. He's a smart guy. He's not going to overdo it, per se. He's not going to, just because you're begging for the ball or wanting the ball, He's not gonna do that. If you're open, he's gonna hit you because he can't stand the pressure. So he's gonna get that ball out.
Well, if he's smart, he gets that ball out quick.
Yeah.
Because he's not mobile enough to get out of the way.
Right.
We saw that last night a couple times too.
So you're not going to see him, the receivers coming back, and you're never going to see Goff doing this and doing that, come back. No, he's going to, boom, it's a system. That's what the Lions are. They're a system. He doesn't wing it. He's not going to wing it. That's what he does. And it's won them a whole bunch of games. So they're going to stick to that.
Yeah. Okay. I can live with that. Yeah. It's a system. It's a good system that works a lot.
It does. It's a good system.
And they're solid. And I don't know, Corey, over the course of the season, guys that tend to play together longer, they tend to get better as opposed to don't get better. So I think the offensive line will get better as the season goes on as opposed to the other way around, unless we have lots of injuries, So, the injury bug has got us again on the defensive side of the ball. It was great to see Alim McNeil get back, and he was solid in his snaps. What's interesting is Hutch as good as he's been. He looks winded sometimes in the games, and I wonder why they don't put someone else in there to give him a break or something.
I agree, but they don't have anybody.
Well,
JoJo.
he rushed to get back in shape to show everybody that he can get this $60 million and all this good stuff. So I think he has 5 sacks. I got a Starbucks bet that he doesn't get to 12.
Really?
Yeah.
Who made that?
How many games we got left? We have 9 games left? 10 games? We got 10 games left. You don't think they'll? Oh man.
The reason why
I would love to come to Detroit and go to Starbucks with you.
Yeah.
I take that back. I'll take
here's
that
the reason.
back.
Here's the reason why. So you play Hurts. He's smart. You see what happened when you played Mahomes. You play Daniels if he's better. You play Dak. You play a bunch. You play Stafford. You play a bunch of guys that can make it difficult to get to. That's why I took it. That's why I took the bet. You play a bunch of guys that are difficult to get to. Dak's line's coming back. They're getting together. They're gelling. It's hard. He's had protection. Stafford, you know what he does.
Well, I think he's going to get. I think he'll be over that. I actually said 20.
No way.
20?
Yeah,
I think that's.
I think
that's
it's over. I think
wishful
it's
thinking.
yeah, but I mean, he can put up if he stays healthy, he's going to get stronger throughout the year. He could put up a few sack game here, 3 or 4 here and there. He's
Against
done
a
it
fool.
before.
Against.
But it doesn't matter. It's the sacks. It's part of the stats.
Right. I understand it, but what I'm saying is those quarterbacks. He didn't get it against Mahomes. They don't do anything against good quarterbacks. We've seen this song and dance before.
He
doesn't do
had
anything
2 of
against
them
quarterbacks.
called back by penalties, or 2 of them. So that was kind of unfortunate. He could have added to his stats on Mahomes. Mahomes was we shut down Baker Mayfield though last night too. I mean, our defensive line has improved, and they're solid. I can't believe the way that we have bull rushed. Not every snap, it doesn't, obviously, but we've pretty much stopped the run consistently in just about every game. And, we have, I don't know who any of those guys were that were playing in our backfield yesterday, but they were good. They had
they were good.
They had speed, and they played zone coverage as good as any of our stars have.
Thank you. That's my point. They were good, Joe. They were good, and the Lions, no matter who's on the field, the Lions play fast at home. It doesn't matter.
Well,
they always play great at home. And what's the big deal about who was out? The who was in? If the starters, these guys look just as good as the starters. Arnold stinks. Like I don't understand. Like everybody, our guys are out. Who is out that makes the difference?
Well, Joseph Branch.
Okay, so Joseph Brent. Now Joseph is a ball hawk. I think he's overrated. I think he's in the area where the ball. I think he's kind of like Dre Bly, who just was. Remember Dre Bly? He was always around the ball. He doesn't. I think they're overrated guy. Branch is, but I don't see this defensive backfield where everybody just oh, we're missing him. We need him.
I don't
can't
necessarily
tell.
think I don't necessarily see him as being overrated, but it's certainly a ball hawk is a guy that that's playing the game
In the area.
He's watching what's going on, and he's reacting, and he's gifted enough athletically to make a play, which he does, or he takes advantage of a mistake. Same thing with Branch. Those guys are in the right place at the right time, and they're able to take advantage, and they've gotten interceptions because of that. As far as coverage, we don't have the greatest coverage backs, period. I mean, that's, there are some around the league, but those are few and far between, I think, overall with the whole league. There's not a whole lot of great coverage cornerbacks and safeties out there. There's a handful of them, and if you got one of them, you pat yourself on the back because it was a good pick during the draft. But our guys are solid, and they have size and speed, and that's pretty much what you need. And who was that kid that was showing out last night, man?
I'll tell you who. Are you talking about secondary or on the line?
Battlefield or Sinaye or I don't know.
No, was his name Whiteside or something like that?
Yeah,
Whiteside.
Yeah.
That kid made a couple great plays.
Did we?
Arthur Mallett?
Again, he turned back into Baker. He's not a great quarterback. He's not going to win your Super Bowls. He just got hot for a minute and blah 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 blah. And he's not good. He's short. He overthrew people. That's just what it is. And I'm going to rant this later, but it's just not. I mean, when you start beating great quarterbacks, wake me up. We've seen this song and dance before, 15-2. Then you lose in the playoffs. So all of this is just fun, hot dogs, tailgate, sodas, beer, family. Until you get to the playoffs and win, just get your record. Just get in the tournament, and we'll see what 16 does. That's what it's all going to come down to me again. You got the best back in football, arguably. And they play for these coaches. So at the end of the day, let's tailgate. Let's watch the games. Let's kick back to February.
Well, I'll tell you something.
Isn't that what everybody does, though, Corey?
What?
I mean, tailgate, have fun during the regular season.
Right.
Yay, hurrah for your guys, that are playing well when they play well. Oh, darn it, they didn't play so good one week and they lose a game. And then you get to the playoffs and you say, okay, well, let's see who's going to man up.
They do. But we know the Lions are going to get to the playoffs. Minnesota's whatever. We know the Lions are going to get to the playoffs, so we know that. So the rest of this is football. Football's king. What's going to happen when you get to the playoffs? This is what this team is. This is what this team is on now. It's no more league play. We know you're going to get past the league. We know that. Go in, button up. I don't want to hear health. Everybody's hurt. I don't want to hear that. Same song and dance from last year, 15-2. Get to the playoffs and see if 16, the most important position on the field, carries you over the hump.
Well,
that's it to this team.
That's quite simplistic approach there, Corey, but, because there's more to that whole equation when it comes to winning Super Bowls, winning in the playoffs. But that's okay. That's to be expected out of a hater, a Detroit hater. It's crazy.
But I'll tell you something, guys.
I still can't believe it.
No.
I'll tell you something, Joe. I think we found our next big defensive end, and we got him, believe it or not, from the Cowboys.
Who? Sweat or Heat or whatever?
Tyrus Wheat.
Wheat. Oh, yeah, Wheat.
Yeah. He had a sack and a half last night. Yeah.
Yeah.
He came from the Cowboys. Maybe if the Cowboys would have kept him, they could have been a little better on that defensive line.
No, we're fine. We're fine. And Jerry Jones actually had the opportunity to be GM of the year. Pickens is ridiculous. So had he kept, people keep forgetting that. Dak is out of his mind. If he would have kept the nut job with the Packers, GM of the year, easy. Pickens is going berserk. So that's going to be another good game too. I think you guys probably win it because our defense has yet to be clicked in, but we're looking at Crosby, and if we get Crosby, lights out. But I don't know how you stop CD and Pickens. Good luck with that.
You think Crosby will leave? He's going to leave Vegas to go to Dallas?
They're talking about it. It's in the works.
Are
Trey
they
Wingo,
going to be able to? They going to be able to pay for him?
we can pay anybody. We've always have. We always have. If Trey Wingo is saying it, it's possible. I'm just saying. So I didn't like you guys are. So the difference is that you guys get so with these wins. Dak put up 44 yesterday, but there was no Deebo Samuel. There was no other receiver. That's you do that. So I'm still not impressed. You can go lose to the Bears. So I'm not impressed with it. Finish in the playoffs. That's it. Dak didn't beat anybody yesterday. The kid got hurt. Deebo was gone. The other receiver, McLaren, nothing. And Washington's old. Everything is playoffs, especially with the Lions.
Okay, with everybody, it's all about the playoffs.
Because there's no expectations. Carolina Saints, that's not. Come on, that's no expect. Kansas City Lions, Green Bay, no Rams. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah,
right.
That's it.
I think the elite teams are already starting to show themselves, and I think Lions are in that.
They are elite.
They're
elite. If you cannot say they're elite, they got too many weapons not to be.
Right.
Yeah. So it'll come down to Kansas City and Philadelphia, and in the long run though, Corey, when it gets to the playoffs time, I've always said whoever's on the field, at the end of the season is going to determine who's going to win those games. And
you mean health wise?
Yes,
health-wise,
and that's already a story that's been traveling around the NFL all season. Is there's been a lot of injuries to a lot of key players, and a lot of teams that had great expectations are they're kind of going by the wayside because they don't have those players. And as well as everybody, it's about whoever's on the field.
Right.
So, it doesn't matter who, if you got backups, they all talk about next man up, and that's great to have a guy that's talented that can fill a role to a degree. But it's the great players that rise to those occasions. The Tarek Screwballs, the freaking Shohei Otanis. My God, I can't believe they took Screwball out in the sixth inning. I was just. His last pitch was 101 miles per hour for a strike. And we took him out.
Yeah, that's a whole other topic. We're going to bring that topic back up because I think Scoob will quit. Not saying he quit; he's a quitter. I think I've had enough. I think it was on him.
You think he told Hintz that?
I think so.
I haven't heard that report at all. He didn't look like he was done in the dugout afterwards.
But you know what, though? It didn't seem like he was mad that he was out of the game. That's the only thing that got to me.
But Scooble's bigger than Hinch. He's bigger than Hinch. So if you want to stay, you stay. Scherzer did it the other day. Scooble's bigger than Hinch.
So you're saying he would intimidate him? Is that
No,
what you're
I'm saying I got the ball. I got this.
Yeah, like Jack Morris used to be with Sparky.
You know what I mean?
Anderson.
No, not like that, Joe. I'm just saying you're the guy. This is it.
Yeah.
I just think Scooble said he had. I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there. You know what I mean? But
Scherzer's stand was impressive though. He was like, man, I'm taking this ball. Get out of here.
I'm staying. Yeah, get out of here. Going to World Series.
I got this.
Yeah. So I would think with Scooby, he's throwing 101.
Well, maybe so. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That performance by Ohtani was incredible.
Thing for the ages, for sure.
Yeah.
Three homers and pitching lights out.
Yeah, kid's ridiculous. Yeah.
Well, before I let you go, Joe, because we're running out of time, give me your viewpoint of how the Red Wings have played, because we haven't really tackled any Red Wings, and you're kind of like the Red Wing guy.
Well, you know what? Glad you asked. The Red Wings, I watched the first game against Montreal, which was a 5-1 drubbing. We scored the first goal in the first period, and then it was like all downhill after that. Our coach McClellan did exactly what he needed to do, and he shook the team up by sending a couple guys down to the AHL, a couple guys that had been regulars, and and started the trade talks right away, and they responded with 4 straight wins. So the Red Wings are a good team. They're a solid team. They should be able to make the playoffs. Yzerman has taken a lot of flack about the length of time it's taking him to raise a team, and I think there's some validity to that. Detroit's pocketbooks have historically been very tight when it comes to paying players to come to the city and to play to play on their teams. The Lions were, they arguably the worst freaking ownership for decades. Next to Sterling, with the Clippers, they were the worst owners in the entire country. If you look at the ability for Detroit to draw a good team, on ice in particular, being an original 6 team, those guys used to flock to Detroit. They wanted to come and play. But now they don't want to come here and play under Yzerman and the McCollins. You're kind of tight. I think they're righting the ship. McClellan's a good guy to right the ship. And NHL, dude, it all comes down to goaltending. Okay. So we went out and we took Anaheim's goalie, who was, he's basically at the end of his career. Mm-hmm. He was the guy that got shellacked on game 1. And they took him out and they put in Cam Talbot, who is a little bit younger, but he's also, on his way out in his career. So the Lions or the Red Wings still are lacking that outstanding, stand on your head every night goaltender that you need to win the NHL, championship, the Stanley Cup. So I'm waiting to see that come to town. And when that happens, then we can really talk about, contending for a championship.
Okay. So we're going to bring you back, Joe, because I always say this year I'm going to really, really pay attention to this and that as far as hockey goes. So I want to do a segment with you because I want to understand it. So I have some questions. We're going to do a hockey piece, bring you back, just talk some hockey, and because I want to understand a couple of things, the rules and this and that and all that. So okay. I'm going to be watching closely because I'm an Yzerman fan, but I do want to have you back. You seem very knowledgeable about it, obviously.
Of course he is.
Yeah, we're gonna dissect into it, and we're gonna have that hockey piece set up for you.
And you'll have to put on your hockey jersey, Joe.
Yep. No problem. Got him. and I'm glad to hear you say you're an Yzerman fan because he is, in my era, he's my favorite player of all time. Yeah. Next to the Wayne Gretzky's and Mario Lemieux, Jaromir Jagr, those guys were incredible too. And I could go back before those guys, but I love Steve Yzerman. I want him to be successful. I think he's a Detroit guy, and I think we need to keep him around and making decisions with our club. So I would love to talk hockey on the show.
Absolutely.
Sounds good, JoJo. Well, listen, thanks for calling in tonight. I know it's hard for you to get in sometimes because it's 3 hours behind.
Appreciate you.
And you're out there in sunny California, and it's raining here, but it's all
Is
good.
it? I'm sorry to hear that.
It never rains.
I know. JoJo, thanks for coming in, and we'll talk to you hopefully next week.
Yep.
We'll get you on.
All right, gentlemen, take care, and thanks for having me on again. And you guys have a great rest of your week.
You too, Joe. Thanks a lot, buddy. EVJ from Eastvale, California. Yeah. Eastvale Joy. Yeah. Well, listen, we got a couple more segments we want to do real quick. And this one, we get to see our good buddy that's running the show, puts it all together, our producer, Jared.
Jared, what do you got?
It's now time for Believe It.
You expect me to believe that? What do I look like? I look like an idiot.
Or Leave It.
My son, yes? I'm not touching that with a 60-foot pole. Next caller.
All right, Jared, here we go. Believe it or leave it right here on the Roar Live. What do we got tonight?
That's right. First up on Believe it or Leave It. Just give me 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. It's going to be nice having JoJo come in and talk some hockey.
Yeah, I got to learn it.
Yeah. It's okay, Jared.
My computer died like 10 minutes ago.
That's all right.
We're over here. All right. Believe it or leave it this week. Voila. First up, we've got officiating in all professional leagues is becoming the center of attention in some way every week.
Believe it.
Yeah, I'm going to believe it too. I mean, it's in college, it's in NFL, it's in the NBA, and now you're seeing it in MLB.
Yeah. Football.
Yeah, I believe that.
Football. Believe it.
I believe it. Yeah.
All right. Second, believe it or leave it. Former NFL Pro Bowl running back Doug Martin's sudden passing should make the NFL take a harder look at how it supports former players once the light goes out, not just when they're scoring touchdowns.
Believe it.
I'm going to believe that too, and I think in regards to rest in peace, Doug Martin. I found out more information on that he actually died in police custody.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And I think we never heard of anything bad during his playing days.
No.
But mental health is a key issue, especially in a sport where
it's so violent.
It's so violent, and you see it all the time. You see this with Aaron Hernandez.
You got to it's kind of like the VA. It's kind of like veterans. You got to kind of treat it like football it's dangerous. You can lose your life on every play. So once it's all said and done and you make it through all that, I think you should be closely monitored by the league. Like, I really do. Like, that's the least you can do to these guys. You know what I mean? Say out and all. I think so. I believe it. Absolutely believe it. Absolutely. 100%.
Yeah.
They print money. It's enough.
Exactly. And I think, actually, if I'm not mistaken, I think the WWE actually keeps tabs on their former players and former wrestlers and stuff. That's a kind of
retirement, man.
Yeah, I
look
mean,
out.
that have their issues after. It's one of those things of head injuries, man.
Yeah.
And it's brutal. It's a brutal sport. So I believe that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, he needs to be traded. He needs to be traded. For the amount of money and years that he wants, he needs to be traded. I think he golfed at like $8 billion last week. So you got to go. He's got to go. You guys had your time. You didn't do nothing. You don't have real baseball players on your team. He's one real baseball player that you have. He's got to be traded. He's got to go. Can't pay him.
Well, I happen to...
And he got to be traded now, because if he doesn't, then he walks next year for nothing.
I think it's too risky to keep him because, if you do, and I guess it would just all depend on who you brought in here. Now, if you brought in maybe a Pete Alonso or maybe another pitcher like a Dylan Cease to go with Flaherty, maybe, but it's still a big if. And then, like I said, he's going to walk at the end of the year anyway, and you're not going to have anything to show for it. So I think they definitely need to trade him. I think this is the time to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can trade him to the Dodgers. I have no problem with that.
Trade to the Dodgers.
They got a great farm system. I'd grab some of those guys there. I've also heard of him being targeted by the Mets.
Mets got all the money.
Yeah.
Mets got all the money. Yankees, Mets, Dodgers. But
I'm sure it'll be a sign and trade wherever he goes.
You gotta trade him, and you gotta get more players over there. That's it. You have to trade him, and the farm system you can't. They have a farm system on the field now. The farm system on the team now, and people, the Torkelson hit 25 home runs, 30 home runs, green. They're not efficient though.
No.
So they're the same old guys. So you gotta trade him, and get something for him. Some real players, some real star power. Go ahead, Jared. That is the last one?
That was the last one.
Okay. Mm-hmm. 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 Wow.
I think you're right though. I agree with you
I think you hit
wholeheartedly
it on the
there.
head, man. Could be.
Because my thing is this, I don't think I like Tarek Skubal. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he has the tenacity of a Jack Morris or a Roger Clemens, or he's good, but I just don't think I just don't know if he'll have the longevity as a pitcher.
He already had
as those
surgery.
guys.
He throws like he
I
throws.
mean, I could be wrong. Don't get me wrong. I was wrong about Scherzer. I didn't want them to pay all that money when Scherzer walked and went into free agency, and then he left there and won 2 size.
Yeah.
They let Verlander.
These kids nowadays are having pre-Tommy John surgery.
Right.
So it's all branding. He protects himself. You're right. That's a good point, Jared. Very, very well
So
said.
for me, yeah, get him out of town. I thank you for your service, and I think that's because listen, why would you want to pay somebody? And from what I heard, it was like $250 million or $280 million
that's what he balked at,
that they balked at.
Yeah.
Like there's a difference in price.
Yeah. Scott Boras is your agent. He's going for the money. He doesn't care.
And my thing is this, it's nice to have a pitcher that pretty much all year long. If you're in a losing streak, he's coming in on that 5th day, and you're not going to have a losing streak anymore. But I'd rather, if I'm going to pay $250 million for a player, I'd rather have him be a position player that can give you some offense, not strike out 200 times, and is a good fielder.
Yep.
That's just my opinion.
I trade Riley Green too. It's terrible in
You
outfield.
trade Riley Green?
Can't throw. Strikes out too much. He's slow.
So what you're saying is they should go into another rebuild?
When is it? What is this?
Well, don't you think that with the
Yeah, I would
players
trade
that they
him.
got coming up that they're listen, the Tigers went back when they had back in the late 70s when they were bringing up the young guys. It took them a while to kind of get together.
But the guys
and
you
do some
guys
things.
keep saying that, but the guys they brought up were Hall of Famers.
Well, 2.
This ain't no Hall of Fame roster. You see who's in the All-Star. I mean, you see who's in the World Series, don't you?
Well, hey, you can
If
say
you
what you
don't-
want.
if you-
Mize made the All-Star team.
They all did. They all stunk up the joint in the All-Star because it was rose gold glasses, rose-colored glasses. You cannot have that team and compete.
I'd like to see them.
You see how hard it is to win the World Series? And they got Yohtani. It's going to be hard for them to win the World Series.
Well, they also have Betts and Teoscar Hernandez.
And it's still going to be hard. That's my point.
Yeah.
And they loaded. So you got to get better players.
Yeah, I say trade them. Listen, it's now time for Corey's Roar.
It's now time for Corey's Roar. Corey's mic is on,
Turn my mic up.
and his roar waits for no one.
Hey, take it away. I want to hear what you got to say this
Well,
week.
this week's roar is the NFL. This
Lord.
week's rant is the NFL. It's the NFL and making decisions on players, making decisions on quarterbacks, after 2 weeks of service, after two or three games. They found their franchise quarterback. They got this guy. This guy is this. This guy is that. He's the next best. The NFL has one great quarterback. He plays for Kansas City. I'm cutting the chase on all this. I looked all the way around the league. The NFL has one great quarterback with a closeness of Stafford to follow him. The NFL, let me repeat, they have one great quarterback. Everybody in the NFL has an average or below average quarterback. Period, end of story. Patrick Mahomes is the difference maker all the time. Even when no quarterback, even when he's bad, he's like pizza. Even when he's bad, you're still going to have a slice.
Right.
Nobody else plays quarterback, not Josh Allen. No. Josh Allen, MVP, stats, fine. He's not great. It's too much inconsistency to be great. Geno Smith, $70 million thief. Sam Darnold. I'm going to just name them.
Mm-hmm.
Bryce Young. Baker Mayfield, the pumpkin. What's the story of that? Turned back into Cinderella. Golf. Dak. Burrow can't stay healthy. You got one great quarterback in the NFL. Herbert. Herbert was the next best. Love. Caleb. There's no one great. Dak's playing great. They show signs of it, but it doesn't maintain. He's here. He's like Halle Berry. He's here, and everybody else is here. And Kansas City is going back to the Super Bowl.
I don't know about that, Cole.
I don't know why. Where?
It's hard to do.
Who? They've been 100 times because they have number 15.
I don't know.
Who's going to beat them? San Diego?
Well,
The Raiders? Lamarless Bills? The Ravens? Flacco? I'm asking, who's going to beat them now that they got Rashee Rice back? They're insane.
well, it's only what, week 8?
I do not care.
I still think you're going to see.
I do
teams
not care.
How do you
not
know
care.
the Buffalo Bills don't jump out of there? How
Everybody-
do you know the Baltimore Ravens don't turn it around?
Well, it's too late. They're 1-6.
The Lions went 1-6.
Who's going to beat them?
They went on their run,
And they didn't go to the Super Bowl
Well, they went into the
because it was
playoffs.
too late. Every year, everybody, I don't know Kansas City, and they're right back in it. You think Hurts is great? No. He's a system. There's no great quarterbacks. There's potential, but there's no great. It's Mahomes' league, and he gets all the calls. Yeah, because he's Jordan. Yeah, he's going to get the calls. Don't make him get the calls. See, when everybody wasn't there, you guys beat him, and we're the best. No. When Mahomes and everybody was there, look what happened. Minnesota, Wentz, Fooey, Patrick Mahomes is going to the Super Bowl.
So we're putting
again.
you on the record as the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl.
I didn't say when. He's going.
So he just has to go.
He's going.
Okay.
And they'll probably win it. They'll probably win it because he's the best player. That's what I've been saying the whole time we had this show. The best players usually win the games. The kid from Oklahoma City, he was the best player in basketball. He won the championship. Otani's arguably the best player in baseball. He's back in the World Series. That's just how it goes, man. That's just how it goes. I looked at these I watched them all. Just Murray. All these number 1 draft picks. They stink. All the quarterbacks are average or below. Even my guy. And he's playing lights out. He's average. It's Mahomes, and that's it. Period. Don't want to hear Josh Allen and Lamar. They never win when it counts. They never win when it counts. And I like them both. Both Hall of Famers because they have stats.
Okay.
That's it.
Well, that's always
Mahomes is the guy.
That's always a lively topic.
Yeah.
NFL quarterbacks.
NFL quarterbacks. Those are the ones that control the game.
That's true. Well, listen, folks, that'll do it for us tonight. Next week we'll be on Monday, October 27th. Same time, same channel, right here on mymichigantv.com. Lions on a bye week, but we're going to talk some other things, all the things that we don't get to talk about normally. And hopefully we'll have some EVJ coming back on, talking some Red Wings hockey, because I know there's some Red Wings hockey fans out there.
Yeah.
And we want to talk, and we try to talk about all Detroit sports.
And they're ascending. They're going up.
And then we'll know some more stuff about what's going on in the World Series by then.
This is Hockey Town. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
Let's not get crazy and everybody all these other. No, this is Hockey Town.
Yeah.
Hockey Town.
That is true. Well, you can catch us next week, Monday, October 27th, as I said before, at 6 p.m. You can also catch the audio version of this show on the Cohen Bro Opinion Show on your favorite podcasting platform, whether that's Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple, wherever you listen to it. You can listen to us there in audio form on your way to work, home, or whatever you like to do. So listen, folks, we will see you again next week.
Yeah.
From producer Jared, that's Corey Tiez. I'm the outsider, Scotty William. See you next time on the
safe.
Roar Live.
Stay safe. Stay safe.